popular shows like Paw Patrol, Henry Danger, and Nicky, Ricky, Dicky, and Dawn. The Loud House revolves around the chaotic lives of a family with 11 kids, whose names all begin with the letter L, and their friends. Just wait until the end to see if your favorite character is part of our list. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Today we're talking about 10 The Loud House characters in real life. Lisa. Let's just jump right into it and start with the second youngest of the Loud family. Lisa is just 4 years old, but she's not your typical toddler. Despite her age, she's one of the smartest people in her family, and she already won a Nobel Prize for her outstanding accomplishments. But although she's incredibly intelligent, Lisa still has childlike qualities. She's often sarcastic, she rarely smiles, and she speaks with a cute lisp. She wants to become a scientist, and through most of the episodes, she can be seen working on various experiments. Although it seems ridiculous for a 4-year-old, Lisa loves solving difficult math problems, and she sometimes studies her siblings' bathroom habits. Lisa has short brown hair, big round glasses, and she usually wears a green sweater with purplish pants. Check out Tumblr user Lumpelstiltskin, who decided to dress up as Lisa. She could pass as this Nobel Prize-winning 4-year-old. In real life, Lisa is played by Lara Jill Miller, known for giving a voice to characters in several cartoons, including Henry Hugglemonster and Curious George, an Emmy-winning cartoon. Did you know that Lisa, along with her other sisters, was named after the Loud House director's actual sisters? He first created the characters as rabbits with names starting with B. We're so glad he recreated them as humans and gave Lisa her no-nonsense personality. Lola. Lola is the third youngest child from the Loud family. She's 6 years old, and she's what you'd call a total diva. We have a perfect celebrity that matches Lola's look, and we'll reveal who it is in a couple of seconds. But first, let's talk about Lola. This 6-year-old loves to look at herself in a mirror. She loves anything that's girly, and she can be quite bratty. Like most 6-year-olds, Lola comes with a temper, and you don't want to get on her bad side. She has long blonde hair, and she usually wears a long pink dress. As she's still a child, she's also missing her 2 front teeth, which only makes her look even crazier whenever she throws a tantrum. She loves getting her way, and she's by far one of the brattiest characters on the show. Do you remember Alana Thompson from Here Comes Honey Boo Boo? We think she's a perfect real-life version of Lola, especially if you watch her episodes in Toddlers and Tiaras. Lola's voice belongs to Grey Delisle, who you might know from playing Mandy in The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy, and Frankie in Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends. Along with having a sister named Lola, the creator of The Loud House also had a wiener dog called Lola, which is how this bratty character got her name. We can't wait to see what Lola will be up to in the next episodes. Lana. Next in line is Lana Loud, Lola's twin. Lana is Lola's complete opposite. While Lola loves to wear dresses and put on makeup, Lana prefers doing tomboyish things, which include playing in the mud. Although physical looks are identical to Lola's, Lana has a completely different style. She often wears a red snapback and denim overalls. Just like Lola, she also has 2 missing front teeth and long blonde hair that's usually put in low pigtails. Have you ever seen the 4th season of Master Chef Jr.? We think that the 9-year-old Addison Smith looks like a perfect version of Lana. She's often seen wearing colored snapback and has blonde hair. Although we can imagine Addison is nowhere near as wild as Lana, we can definitely see the resemblance with these two. Lana is also voiced by the very talented Grey Delisle, who gave Lana her iconic and slightly raspy child voice. The director of The Loud House said the inspiration for Lana's character and all other sisters came from his own 10 siblings family. Although Lana is highlighted as someone who loves playing in the mud and getting her hands dirty, his siblings never complained about how their characters were portrayed. Chris said it's because they have a fantastic sense of humor, just like the characters from the Loud family. Lucy. Most of us have gone through a goth phase as teenagers. Do you remember that look? We wore all dark clothing, had a thick black eyeliner, we listened to sad music, and we were incredibly moody. It looks like Lucy, the 8-year-old, is also in that phase. She's just 2 years older than Lola and Lana, but 3 years younger than Lincoln, which makes her the only one with such a big age gap. You probably noticed by now that everyone in the family has a specific personality that makes them stand out from the others. Lucy is the goth child. Lucy is a pale-skinned character who's always wearing an all-black outfit. Her black, shoulder-length hair sports bangs almost cover up her eyes. She's mysterious, she always has a frown, and she loves scaring people. She moves silently, and she's often seen startling her family as she appears out of nowhere. She's definitely a fun character to cosplay, and Loki Fan 18 from DeviantArt decided to show what Lucy would look like in real life. She really nailed her character, and her bangs are absolutely perfect. Lucy's voice belongs to Jessica DeChico, who you might know from series like Adventure Time and DC Superhero Girls. We love Lucy for her unique personality. Even though she doesn't play a very excitable or a happy character, she stands out from the rest of her family, and it's why we love her. Lincoln. Along with Lucy, the 11-year-old Lincoln is the only character in the Loud family that doesn't have the typical brown or blonde hair. Lincoln is the family's middle child, but he's also the only boy. Can you imagine being the only boy in a family with 10 sisters? It's probably why he and Lucy are one of the quietest ones in the family. Lincoln is slim and has unique white hair that makes him stand out from the rest. Much like the 4-year-old Lisa, Lincoln is the nerd of the family. Although he doesn't have a Nobel Prize, Lincoln is one of those kids that loves reading comic books and playing video games. As the only boy in the family, Lincoln is often being taken advantage of by his sisters and has to put up with participating in fashion shows and other experiments. You'd think that would make him rebel against his sisters, but Lincoln is a pretty quiet kid. We think that the model Paul Craddock could easily pass as a real-life Lincoln. Did you know that Lincoln is voiced by 2 child actors? Both Grant Palmer and Colin Dean are absolutely adorable, and they did an outstanding job portraying Lincoln. Lincoln actually looks exactly like the rabbit from the original Loud House characters. All the creator had to do was erase his triangle nose, rabbit ears, and the tail. That explains why Lincoln has his white hair. Lynn. Let's move on to the 13-year-old Lynn Loud, the 5th oldest child and one of the most competitive members of the Loud family. As you can guess from her clothing, Lynn loves sports, and she always wants to be the number 1. She turns everything into a competition, which, as you can imagine, can easily get on her siblings' nerves. If Lisa got a Nobel Prize, it's safe to say Lynn will easily compete at the Olympics. Lynn often wears an athletic outfit, and she sports brown hair tied in a ponytail. We think that Ana Romero, a Spanish football enthusiast, could easily portray Lynn in a live-action movie. Although she'll have to love more than just football because Lynn excels at just about any sport. Have you ever wondered why her voice sounds similar to the voice of her 8-year-old sister? Her character is voiced by Jessica DeChico, who also gives voice to Lucy. You've probably guessed by now that Lynn is not the one that's easily messed with. As she's the most competitive, she's also the most confrontational. You wouldn't want to get on her bad side. The creator of the show mentioned that if he was a storyboard artist, he'd easily focus on just Lincoln and Lynn as his 2 main characters. But instead, he's giving everyone a chance to shine. Luan. Luan Loud is 14 years old, and she's one of our favorite members of the Loud family. She loves to joke around, and she's what we call a queen of puns. Although most of her jokes usually fall flat with the crowd, we can't help but love her slightly outrageous pranks, which can sometimes go to the next level. On April Fools, she pranked the entire household by placing traps in every corner. But Luan is also good at looking at the bright side of life and seeing everything as a positive experience, and that's precisely why we love her. She usually wears a white top with a flower on the front collar and a yellow pleated skirt. She has brown hair that's usually tied up in a ponytail, and she's also seen wearing braces. Luan is voiced by Christina Puccelli, who played Catwoman and Miss Martian in DC Superhero Girls, and gave her voice to several other cartoon characters. A DeviantArt cosplayer called the 01 Angel decided to dress up as Luan, and she managed to recreate a pretty good real-life version of the 13-year-old jokester of the Loud family. All she needs now is a handful of puns, some pranks under her sleeve, and a lifetime supply of bad jokes. Leni. Unfortunately, we haven't got the time to talk about the rock chick Luna, so let's just skip to the second oldest character of the Loud family. Leni is a typical 16-year-old. Leni is known as the ditziest member of the family. She's also the most gullible and naive, and is often an easy target for others. Even though she has to cope with 10 siblings, Leni has a heart of gold and is kind and compassionate. She has long blonde hair and is wearing a teal-colored dress with the same colored slippers. Don't you think that Julianne Hough looks like the perfect real-life version of Leni? Although it looks like Leni's the second oldest and least intelligent person in the family, she is quite creative and loves fashion design. Funnily, her 4-year-old sister Lisa is the second youngest, but she's the smartest of the bunch. Leni is voiced by Liliana Mumi, who you might know from Howl's Moving Castle and Cheaper by the Dozen. Unlike many other voice actors on the show, Liliana only voices Leni, which is why the character can stand out from the rest. Sure, you might get frustrated with Leni because she's so naive, but you can't say she's not an excellent addition to the Loud family. It's definitely hard being a big sister to that many siblings, but no one knows this better than the oldest Loud character. Lori. Lori Loud is your typical 17-year-old. Although she and Leni are quite similar in age, her characters are completely different. As the oldest of the bunch, Lori uses that power to control her siblings and make them do whatever she wants. She's bossy, and her temper is quite similar to Lola's. As a big sister, she's also protective and knows when to stand up for her younger siblings. Much like Leni, Lori has long blonde hair. She's usually seen in shorts and a tank top, and she always has a phone attached to her hands. We told you, she's your typical 17-year-old. It's not easy being a big sister of that many siblings, but Lori somehow makes it work with her ongoing dominance as a firstborn child. Really, who can blame her? If you're looking for a real-life version of Lori, you might want to check out Emma Stone as a blonde. Doesn't she look perfect? Lori is voiced by Catherine Tabor, who gave her voice to several side cartoon characters, and we love that she's able to play the oldest sibling of the Loud family. We can't imagine what it must be like to have a family this big, but we also can't imagine what it must be like to be our next character, who has a huge crush on Lori. Clyde. We've shown you 9 out of 11 characters from the Loud family. But the Loud siblings also have best friends, and one of them is Clyde, who hangs out with Lincoln. As an only child, Clyde's extremely jealous of Lincoln's large family, and as we mentioned, he has an uncontrollable crush on Lori, who, unfortunately, has a boyfriend. Even though Clyde is just 11 years old, he's incredibly romantic and wants to treat Lori like the princess she is. At the same time, Clyde loves to hang out with his best friend, play video games, and read comics. Clyde's obsession with Lori reminds us of Helga's obsession with Arnold in Hey Arnold. It makes us wonder if he'll ever succeed in his mission to make Lori his girlfriend. Clyde sports an afro haircut, and he's usually seen wearing glasses, a shirt, pants, and trainers. Check out this cutie. He could easily be Clyde's real-life twin. Clyde is voiced by Khalil Harris, who also voiced AJ in Blaze and the Monster Machines. We can't wait to see what's next for this 11-year-old, and we really hope his dreams of making Lori his girlfriend comes true. We're all cheering you on, Clyde! Are you quiet or are you the loudest in your family? Let us know in the comments. For more videos like this one,